don't know.
Why the fuck isn't this? We're live.
We're back. We're gonna rock and roll. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Riverboat Rob in the house with us tonight. We're gonna get the music going, get your friends in here, like and share, and then we are going to get into it. We got a good show for you tonight. We're gonna talk about crankbaits. We're gonna talk about the fall fishing bite, which has been pretty good. Go ahead and like and share the post, folks.
Yeah, Maria, if you're watching, share it on me. Have comments. Seems like a lot of work.
Good to see you, bro. Glad you're here.
Feel like you with that wiggle.
You already know. What's up, Pete?
We supposed to be supposed to fish tomorrow.
What's up, Jim? What's going on, brother? Good to see you. We're back in this thing. I'm back on the boat. I'm back on my shit, boys.
I saw that, man. Killing it, dude.
I'm back on my nizzy.
For shizzy.
My shizzy.
Faux shizzle.
For shizzle, my nigga.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, even when I ain't been out on the boat, I look mad suntan.
Right.
Italian blood, dude. Yeah, fish.
All right. So tonight we're going to talk about the fall bite, which has been pretty good on our river. We're going to talk about our favorite crankbaits. We're going to talk about
Hi, Miss Maria.
the snap swivels. I know Chad's big on the snap swivels. That's going to be an interesting conversation.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't want to take like I don't want to take like all the credit for it. I'm an admin on the Maryland bass fishing page. And there was a guy that asked a comment. I don't know his name or nothing. I don't even know if he follows the show, but he asked a comment about snap swivels.
Okay.
And there was a bunch of comments about it. And there was another guy that made a comment about snap swivels that was kind of different from what I was thinking. And I was like, you know what? All the baits that I've been using this fall so far, I've been using with snap swivels. So maybe we should discuss the difference in the baits that we're using and snap swivels and kind of love them, hate them. Do you like using them? Do you hate using them? When should you use them? What baits are they good for? What baits are they not super good for? Just kind of touch on that a little bit. Because if you don't use them, I think that there are things that you could definitely use them for, and they would be good for you.
I know a lot of people that use them just because it's easy to change baits. And I know a lot of people that believe it doesn't make a difference if you have a snap swivel or not.
Yeah.
But it makes it easy to change baits really quickly. If you need to change them, it saves you a lot of time. You have to retie. But I also know, like on a crankbait or something like that, it can also help with the hunting action. So
You said it can help with the action.
yeah, because
really?
it can move more freely. So the whole thing with a crankbait, if you ask me personally, is you want it to be. You don't want it to swim straight. You want it to be erratic, I guess would be the way you say it. Like every time I get bit on a crankbait, it's usually when I bang it into something.
Right.
I can feel it. Like I'll try on purpose to hit whatever I can hit on the bottom. And that snap swivel, help it just be not consistent and more natural.
But yeah, what's up, Steven? Before we get super deep into that, I kind of want to go a little bit in order with the way that we're kind of been talking about some shit. So let's talk about the fall bite. That's just now starting to fucking turn on.
Phenomenal.
I'm going to talk about the GP, but I know that bite has been pretty decent on the flats from some of the people that I talked to that are reliable. Not so much. I feel like the fall bite really gets better on Conowingo later in the season.
We were actually supposed to be up there today for the club, but the guys wanted to change it to the flats, which you know how I love Conowingo, so I wasn't a huge fan of that decision. But if the club wants to do that, then that's great. We'll go fish there.
Yeah.
I personally think that if I have my boat, you guys know how I am. October and November, I fish Conowingo, and that's it. I don't mess around with nowhere else.
It's that water temp, dude.
Charles, congratulations, my man. That's a freaking good feat. I'm sure your first win feels really, really good. We appreciate you tuning in tonight, and congratulations.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
When you get that colder nights, like colder days here and there, it's different. But when those nights stay steady, at 50 degrees or so, that bite, right. And it always blew my mind because we live in the Mid-Atlantic. So we live in the Mid-Atlantic, right? So the fall bite is different down south and all. It's their fall is like our August.
Right.
But here, the fall bite is probably the best bite you will ever experience. Yeah. It's the best time to go fishing is right now.
Yeah. No, I would agree.
I think so. I think it's really cut between that springtime and the fall time, but I personally just enjoy fishing the fall more than the spring.
The weather's nice. You got those brisk mornings. The fish are just biting. It's a beautiful thing, man. The rockfish are moving up before they migrate. I mean, it's just awesome.
I think one of the only things, like I love watching the trees change colors. You're out there fishing. It's beautiful scenery. But the only thing that sucks is there's a lot of leaves floating on the water.
I hate that.
And your freaking crankbaits, crankbaits and shit don't like that. Yeah, dead grass floating. But
That's true.
You gotta pick and choose what bait you're throwing in them areas. But so one thing that I know that we can talk about a little bit right now, the gunpowder's been on fire.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. It's been actually one of the best fall bites that I can experience, and I haven't been fishing a lot this year, but 2 years ago in the fall when you and I were going out, or maybe actually been 3 years ago now, it was pretty good, but that was later. So
what's up, Nick Rogers? Thanks for joining, my dude.
It's pretty
Nick knows.
Right. It's pretty early, I think, for the gunpowder to just be so good. Usually it's like that November time, but it's been really, really good. I mean, we went out last Sunday and just smoked them. I mean, we went live and everything.
Monday.
It was awesome.
Dude, like...
Was it Monday or Sunday?
It was Sunday. Because I went out with my uncle on Monday.
Dude,
yeah, that's right. It was Sunday.
5 years ago or so, I was out on the GP, and it was October, and I was smashing them. And I ran across some other people fishing, and they was like, how you doing? I was like, it's great. They said, we're doing great, too. I said, I thought it was just me. No, it's that fall bite, dude.
Right.
Yeah. That fall bite's definitely on. For me, as somebody who's really taken a... Tony has been less fortunate. He's had his boat taken away from him from an accident, so he hasn't been able to fish this year. I haven't fished this year just due to wanting to take a personal hiatus. And Rob, you've also been less fortunate with dealing with some things that you haven't been able to go out and fish as much as you would like to.
Getting back out there, but I definitely want. Me and Pete are going tomorrow, so.
That'd be awesome, man.
Fall it's a good time to come back to doing some bass fishing. It's a good time to get out there and get the spirit rekindled on bass fishing. And I gotta say, it's been wonderful. Me and Tony went out on Sunday, and we probably had every bit of a 50 fish day.
Yeah.
From 7 in the morning to 12 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, within that
all day.
Within that 4 or 5 hour time period range. I think we met at the ramp at 6.
Something like
we
that.
didn't meet at the ramp. He came here, but I think we got to the ramp by 6:30 or so.
I think it was later because I think I got here at 7, so we probably didn't get to the fishing spot till like 8.
Well,
So we only
were
fished for
killing
like
it.
4 hours, but
Yeah.
it was hot and heavy, man.
It was 4 hours, but it was 4 hours of freaking winding and cranking and just freaking pulling them in, man. I mean, just pulling them in. And this is Bass Beer Radio. We're open and honest on Bass Beer Radio, whether y'all motherfuckers like it or not. We were throwing.
You can't cuss till after 9 o'clock, dude. Come on.
Yeah, but it's Saturday. though.
Oh, it's Saturday. My bad.
We were throwing crankbaits.
Well, here's the thing, Chad. On those days that the bite's that good, you can tie on something that you don't have a lot of faith in and get confidence in that bait because it's biting so good.
Yeah.
It will help you earn confidence in a bait that you may not have that confidence in. I've done that. That's how I became such a spinnerbait guy. They were biting really good, so I'm gonna throw a spinnerbait. They tore it up, and now I'm a spinnerbait guy. Mm-hmm. So no, it's a good time to try some new baits. I'm thinking about throwing a Chad shad tomorrow, man.
It's a good idea.
It's definitely not a bad idea whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think the fall time is a beautiful time to throw a glide bait around.
And you get some confidence in it.
And you get some confidence in it. Now, it's still situational, even with a big glide bait like that. Like the other day, I was fishing with Scuba Steve, and it was slow. I probably could have gotten bit on one, but it probably would have taken the full 4 hours or so that I was out there to grab one or two bites.
Really?
It's just kind of the way that it is sometimes.
I don't want to ask too much because, we don't want to expose everything, but were you on where I think you were?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
That's good enough answer.
I mean, it's just a hot fall spot. I mean, you know what I mean? It's a hot fall spot.
It's a highway.
The bait is always where the bait is. But yeah, we were out there. We were throwing crankbaits. And we were throwing some spinner baits. Now, I won't get into exact details on exactly what we were throwing, like brand and depth and all that stuff. You guys can figure that out. We were throwing crankbaits. We were throwing spinner baits around. And me and Tony were throwing the same type of crankbait. Yep. He was throwing one that was a size slightly smaller than the one that I was throwing, but still at the same exact cranking depth. Close to the same color scheme, and it really seemed like they were just on that shad pattern.
Yeah.
We weren't throwing anything out of the ordinary, no chartreuse or oranges or nothing like that.
Natural colors.
Yeah.
Just natural colors, and that was working out for us. And then one of the big, that was a big 40 or 50 fish day, and when it started to get more towards the afternoon, Tony decided he was going to pick up a spinnerbait, and he started throwing that spinnerbait. And after he was throwing that spinnerbait for a little while, we were catching fish, and it seemed like I was still catching numbers, but Tony wasn't not catching numbers, but he was catching more quality. A lot of the 3-pounders and stuff of that day, the 4-pounders came on a spinnerbait compared to a crankbait.
Did the wind pick up any or
that day?
It was blowing all day.
Well, that's actually why I picked it up.
Right.
And I want to get to Brian's comment. Brian says, "Do you guys have a local place for skeg repair?" Brian, I would say check out Premier Marine down in Middle River. Those guys do a really, really good job.
I do like Premier. I agree with that.
Yeah, I would call and see if they can do it, but I'm sure they can. If you want to get it welded, I don't know if they'll do that. I'm not saying that because I genuinely don't know. I know they can at least do like the replacement skeg where it like bolts on.
If you can send your lower unit to Matt Downs, Trick Tins, I'm sure he can weld one on for you. But if you want a local place,
some local welders that could probably weld and repair the skeg, but a lot of it is going to be putting one of those.
That's what my brother did. He got like
skeg condom on or whatever the hell.
My brother did that before.
Yeah,
Paul's been riding around with no skag for like 2 years now.
So
that's wild, Brandon.
Hey,
you can go back and look at our live video from last Sunday, and I think it was probably 45 minutes to an hour in. We were catching a bunch of fish, and we made some moves, and the wind really started picking up. And Chad was still catching them on the crankbait, and I actually decided. Because I was throwing a chatterbait and I wasn't getting bites. And I was like, man, the way this wind's blowing, the way these fish are eating, they got to eat a spinnerbait. So I went on and I walked through why I'm throwing it and whatever. And it was like the second cast. I caught a fish on the spinnerbait. And we went down that bank and it was just boom, 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 boom. It's pretty awesome.
I'm being a little nosy, dude.
What's up, Gramster?
Was
Brew
the-
Tank Outdoors. Thanks for joining us, Brew Tank.
Was the crankbait and did David Fritz design it?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm trying to be nosy.
So
Brew Tank says, "Cheers, fellas. Where's the little know-it-all? He took the night off."
Paul,
God.
who said that?
Paul, Brew Tank Outdoors said that.
Oh, I thought you said Wu-Tang. I was like, Wu-Tang Clan?
He's
Watching
talking
us?
about Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
No,
knows.
Paul's not even here to defend himself. That's
I do want to
we
say,
can't talk about Paul. He's
I
not
do
here
want to
to
say
defend
good luck to
himself.
Paul, who's actually fishing
Yes.
the.
Good
Yes.
luck, brother.
Paul's fishing the national championship up in Wisconsin on the Mississippi River up there. So I hope he's catching them. I haven't heard from him. Has he sent anything today about?
I haven't heard
seen anything.
He got his boat repaired. That trim relay went out on his motor. He got that repaired, and then last I heard, he was heading up there.
Yeah.
I do gotta say what's up to everybody that's welcome my return. Thank y'all. Appreciate it very much, man.
So I guess let's get into this crankbait discussion because I
Is
think
it-
this is
so
going to
is-
hurt some feelings.
Let's talk about it. Matt, what's up, brother? Matt, I do remember your comment from last week. We definitely want to schedule something with you, have you come on the show here soon. If not, I even send you a link tonight. It's all good.
Yeah,
we can get
come on,
we
come
can
on,
get
Matt.
you in here to talk for a little while.
If
Catch
he
up
could
with
join-
Rob while we got Rob in studio.
I love Matt, man. That's my boy. I was actually just talking about you. Somebody needs some skag repairs done. Look,
Right.
Yeah.
Matt's a very good person to work with, man.
That's for sure. No doubt.
So I'm going to say this, and people are going to get their feelings hurt. And I'm going to start off by saying there's a lot of really good crankbaits out there. I mean, we've been with UMA Lures for a long time. Tyler makes an incredible crankbait. It's fantastic. It really is a great bait.
It's a great crankbait.
I will say this.
Shout out UMA Lure Company.
I believe the best cold water, and I say cold water is like 65 and under. I believe the best cold
Can I
water
guess?
crankbait.
Before you say it,
Yes.
rock crawler.
100%. 100%. I think if you're from 45 to 65, you have got to be throwing a rock crawler. In my opinion, I just think that bait, for me, like I haven't like traveled the whole country. I mean, years and years ago when I was fishing in college, we went to Kentucky and shit like that. But like everywhere that I have thrown that bait, Lake Anna, like this year, Lake Anna, Conowingo, the Gunpowder, the Upper Bay, caught a smallmouth on it today on the Upper Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere I take that crankbait, and it's around between roughly 45 to roughly 65. Man, that bait just catches fish.
See,
It's a fish magnet.
I'm
It's
gonna tell
been
you something interesting in a
fantastic
second.
for this water that's in that 64, 65 degree temperature system. But I feel though when you get down to that 52, 55, 58,
We're Paula
that's when-
DT6.
That's when a flat side.
good one, too.
That's when a flat side
Or the Fritz
takes
side.
over. Like,
Yeah.
or the Fritz side, as Andre says. I love the Fritz side crankbait. That is a good flat side. There is just a point in time where you have to go from that hardcore action over to the more subtle action crankbait due to the water temperature. And I think that a flat side crankbait, shout out UMA once again, who makes a fantastic flat side.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Trumps,
If y'all would give me
trumps
some.
that summer body style. Your Mega Bass Knuckles, the rock crawler, the freaking any like a lot of the OSP stuff that I throw. It has more of that rounded
The Griffin.
body style. It's got a lot of side to side motion. It's got a lot of roll. The flat sides have that more subtle action when that water
Like-
gets colder.
like a
and I feel
liquid.
like they just are a better cold water application.
Plus, you can yo-yo them.
I think this fall bite right now is like it's fantastic for the fall because they're still hardcore chasing those bait fish. But when they start to reach that slightly more lethargic style of fishing, you know what I mean? They're starting to get colder. The flat side prevails.
Tony, as being a tackle junkie
That's
as
my thought.
I am,
That's my thought.
I mean, it makes sense.
I have something you might appreciate. So, I'm a tackle junkie.
Oh, yeah.
Most of the fishing I watch are tackle shows. Baxter the Bait Man, huge fan. People swear about a wiggle wart.
Well, that's what the rock crawler is a copy of,
He was
and
like,
they made it better than the wiggle wart. Like that's the thing.
Exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
You took the words out my mouth, dude.
So the one thing, like the reason why I'm such a big advocate of the rock crawler is because the deflection rate is off the charts. It's incredible. Like you can throw a 9-foot diving rock crawler on a 3-foot rock flat, and you'll rarely get it hung up. And if you do, you'll get it out. Like I rarely lose my rock crawlers. Very, very rarely. So that's a huge thing because they're not cheap. They're like $16.
They're worth it.
It's such a small profile bait, and I think that really matters because the fishing pressure is so high now with everybody going fishing all the time. Like when I first got into fishing, man, I never threw the rock crawler. I threw like the 1.5s and the 3XDs. The 3XD is a good
Strike
bait.
King. That's a Strike King.
Yep.
Like the KVD.
The Strike King's a great bait, but like it's just if I'll throw a 3XD and a rock crawler, and it's 3-to-1 rock crawler. It's incredible.
It's like the difference between a vixen and a spook. Spook's a great bait, but my brother had a spook tied on one time. I had a vixen tied on. It was a top water bite. The vixen was like 3-to-1, dude.
Yeah.
It's just something about those baits. And then, as you remember when we talked to David Fritz, not every crankbait is created equal.
Right.
When you get that right one, when you get the right one, you hold on to it. You go scuba diving for it if you have to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So
Or
if
you
you're
break out the old poly woly.
Yeah, even every rock crawler is not exactly the same. A little here or there can make a difference. And when you got that one that they just can't stop biting.
So if you're watching, go ahead, comment your favorite crankbait, because I mean, for me, it's the rock crawler. I mean, it's hands down.
Yeah, I want to hear from you guys. What is your go-to crankbait? What is your favorite thing to throw in that 64, 68 degree water temp range? What do you guys like to throw?
For me, it's a DT6.
That's tried and true, man. Like that kind of set the standard for that mid-depth crankbait. I mean, and it's very similar to a rock crawler too.
And the DT means dives too. So if you have like a DT6, it dives at 6 foot. So if you're fishing shallow or it's 3 foot deep, you're banging the bottom the whole time. But David Fritz, when we had him on, told us that's not really what the name meant. It stood for David Thomas after his grandfather. Remember that?
Oh yeah, wow.
Wow. Which is an interesting fact, right? But DT6, it's hard to beat.
John,
Fritz
what's your
side, and of
favorite-
course a rock crawler.
John, what's your favorite crankbait that is still produced?
What'd he say?
He says the WECs. There's
the
like
Mutt?
Zoom cranks.
You can get.
They're they're $50 to $100 for one of those.
No.
cranks right now.
Cliff Pace remade a lot of those baits under whatever his brand is. He probably knows what I'm talking about, but I believe like the
I like
Mutt
Dustin's comment. My
is called,
favorite
like-
crankbait is a chatterbait.
Hey, shout out to Dustin. Dustin won our club tournament today with 14 and change. Good job, man.
Good job,
Great
Dustin,
year,
man.
Dustin had a really good year in the club.
Well, he's a hammer, you know that. So
I got my boat back next year, D. I'm coming for you. You better bet. Trust and believe it's going to be a little bit closer next year.
You guys had a close year together the previous year.
Yeah, last year. So the 2 years in a row, I
The
got
last
second in the
year
club.
of the Ranger.
If there's anybody in the club, I can sleep at night being second place to in the club. It's Dustin. Dustin's a hell of a fisherman. So does a really good job.
John said it. It's Black Label.
Yeah.
Cliff Pace does Black Label. He remakes a lot of those old baits.
Oh,
Those
really?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
shit.
Under the name Black
Black
Label.
Label makes good
Wow.
cranks,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
honestly like if I'm gonna go with a balsa wood crank, I'm going with the UMA crank.
That's a good. All right, so that's a good point.
And I gotta say that there's a lot of. I feel as though a lot of the balsa wood cranks have the same similar body style and shape.
Yeah.
And whatnot. They might not all be weighted the same, but I feel like a lot of them have that same kind of look to them. Because, like, you know, unless you really want to get super intricate with it, like, how many different ways can you conform a piece of wood to make it? You know what I'm saying?
I was
Like,
gonna talking about balsa crankbaits, man. The OG Slim.
the
was
wedge is
really
very
good, too.
legit, Zach. That's one of my favorites.
I think
The wedge
John's
is killer.
saying think John is saying I'm all the way over here, but I think he's saying that the the black labels are not up to par.
I think he's saying that so nobody buys them.
Oh, he's pulling the wool in.
Right.
Yeah.
So Pete has a really good comment. The first crankbait I ever bought was a Bomber fat-free shad.
Good bait.
Like, I don't know that I've ever caught a bass on a Bomber crankbait.
No,
I don't think I ever have.
Really?
Which is just weird to me because I know that they're good, but like,
you probably didn't throw it enough.
probably. I could probably throw it now and do a little bit better. Now, here's my question. Today's day and age, right? Is it correct to say like these plastic crankbaits are ABS? Is that correct to
I
say
think
that?
they're ABS plastic. I think so.
I'm not sure. I would imagine.
I'm not
they're
sure
probably-
either,
I'm
but
they're
I would say that's
like
probably
a
correct.
Plastic injection, yeah.
Has the plastic ABS, if you will, crankbait surpassed the balsa crankbait in this day and age? I think it has.
It's a lot more popular.
If you remember what David Fritz told us,
It is easier to mass produce.
Right.
than
And they're more
balsa.
consistent.
right?
They're way more consistent.
That's what David Fritz told us too, as well. What is the wedge? I'm not familiar with the wedge. Somebody said
The
something
wedge,
about
the
the wedge.
UMA wedge.
Oh,
Yeah.
the UMA.
Yeah.
You look. Hey, they won't give me none.
How do you,
I keep
why do you-
asking.
We can't just be giving you all the best crankbaits in our box.
Come on,
and shit,
man.
like-
Let me get one. Dude.
So Andre brings up a good one. So the Bagley. So I don't think I own a Bagley crankbait. I know they're all balsa, right? All of Bagley baits are balsa wood. Do they make any
I
plastic?
don't-
I don't
crankbaits?
think so.
I don't
I got
think
some
so.
Bagley baits in some of my what were those boxes that I used to get? That would
The
have,
mystery
free-
box.
Yeah, like the
tackle box,
mystery
yeah.
tackle box in it.
Yeah. Now-
I got some pose, but I never threw them. But they were supposed to be good back
You know
in
what?
the
Like
day.
you can't. I can't really say anything because I want to sit here and say that they would just send you a bunch of junk all the time. But there was one time that I definitely got a Mega Bass Vision 110 in one of those.
Oh, I used to get them all
Nice.
the time.
That's
All the
worth
time.
the whole box.
I only ever got one Mega Bass bait in one of those boxes.
Well, now that's like half the box is Guggen Squad shit.
Yeah,
Which-
that's junk. Like I want nothing to do with
The
it.
old
Is
Excalibur
Guggen
square
still even a
bills.
company, and how is it in?
They're
freaking-
done, dude. They're
terrible.
done.
That's
Nobody.
awful.
They're done. The only one
Yeah,
that was
the
ever.
old Excalibur square bills, Dustin. Those
First
are
of all,
fantastic.
their tackle was all knockoff, so whatever. But if you ever watch the Guggens, and I know people don't
the
care
Brat.
for them.
That's a good one, Brian.
I like that one too.
Yeah,
The dude
the
John
BX
B
Brat.
made some pretty cool videos. He would like river down, camp out, and stuff. It's kind of cool.
I used
but
to-
the Guggens is.
I used to watch Lake Fork Guy a lot.
Yeah,
Lake Fork Guy was
yeah.
cool.
I mean, they
Guys,
just,
do me a big favor. If you haven't already, hit the like button for me and share the live stream out to your Facebook so that maybe some other people see it and they'll join in with us. And, we can just get some more people in here and just have a better, more filling conversation.
So if you guys remember the David Fritz episode, since we're talking about crankbaits, Paul as Fritz, or it might have been you, Tony, I can't remember. When is a time that you don't throw a crankbait? And he said that I always throw a crankbait.
Yeah.
There's no time that's not good to throw a crankbait. So, and he throws it on straight braid.
Which is crazy to me. I mean, I get it. Like I
do
totally
get it. I get it. And what was the reason why he threw it on straight bait, Rob?
He could feel.
The sensitivity from
Yeah.
braid compared to fluorocarbon is a lot more sensitive. Thank you for that, Andre. We appreciate you.
I would argue today though that the rods that are out there today are so much better than back when David Fritz was making a name
I
for
can
himself.
agree with that, but imagine pairing one of these really sensitive rods with braid and then throwing a crankbait.
That's
you
crazy.
would feel every single pebble that it went over top of.
So
You
when
know what I
braid
mean?
when braid first came out back in the day, I know I'm older than you guys. We didn't use leaders. We threw straight braid. There was no leaders.
Right.
It was like we just threw straight braid. It didn't seem like it made a difference.
So
when
now I'm throwing straight fluorocarbon
I,
on 80%
that's
of
all
my
I throw:
rods.
fluorocarbon or braid. It depends
That's it.
on if
I don't
I'm
even
using
have a
top
rod with
water.
monofilament on it. Don't
No,
have a
me
single
neither.
one.
Yeah,
And I don't do leaders.
I do leaders like up on the when I'm smallmouth fishing.
I'm too old. I can't tie
I
them
will-
goddamn knots.
I
dude.
only run leaders for my finesse fishing. So when
I
I
don't
say finesse
finesse
fishing,
fish,
I'm
so-
talking about shaky heads, wacky
yeah,
worms.
a wacky. I'll do a Nico rig.
I will throw one with a jig.
a leader.
Yes.
I just go straight fluorocarbon.
Me too.
Straight
20
fluoro.
pound test.
It's 17, but yeah, same deal. Yep.
Straight fluoro. The only problem is the line memory with fluoro, but I don't know if people know this, but if you want a good tip with fluorocarbon, when you're headed out, just cast your rod out and let the water drag your line. Reel it back in, you won't get that line memory no more.
I used to do that with, I used to use this, it was crap. So it's crap in that the sensitivity sucks. It was called, Ardent makes it's called Gliss. The line is called Gliss.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And it's like 17 pound, it's a copolymer, it's like a mixture of braid and monofilament. It's the craziest thing in the world. And you can literally,
monofilament.
It's weird, right? You can literally cast a bait like 40 yards further with Gliss than you can with regular braid, but you can't feel a damn thing. And if you get any knot at all in Gliss, it's gone. And it frays like unbelievable. If anything with teeth looks at it, it's gone. Completely gone.
Real Magic is good too. And what's the snot one?
Real Snot.
Real Snot, Real Magic, that helps too.
Yeah, it's like a spray. Like you spray your line or something.
It
right?
really does help, dude. Yeah.
I thought about
Especially
inventing
with
that
braid.
at one time.
Really?
I'll tell you
I
what.
did.
You know what else people sleep on is the
Till I saw that it was already.
It's going to be on the tip of my tongue. It's going to kill me. The smelly jelly.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Don't sleep
You know
on
what?
smelly
That
jelly.
is one thing that I have never tried, so I can't say if it works or not. But it just seems stupid to me.
It's not. I mean, it smells like you're at a pizzeria, but.
I used to swear by.
I smoke
orange
cigarettes
spike-
too, though.
I
so-
know guys that swear to God by like a smelly jelly or something of the type, but it doesn't. For me, I'm just like, like. You know what? I'm kind of like Kevin Parsons in a sense when it comes to this. Kevin Parsons is straight up color never matters. That's what Kevin thinks. Kevin says color never matters.
Well, that's kind of true, but bass can see contrast.
Right.
Like black and blue is not black and blue to them, but a lot of great fishermen, Rick Clun,
What's
Roland
up,
Martin,
Devin? Thanks for joining, brother.
said you only need one color. Green pumpkin.
Yeah, I'm
I feel like
kind of on that.
Green pumpkin and white, maybe the black and the blue. And like that's really it. Everything that I hear chartreuse is white to them. So what's the point in having chartreuse baits if all chartreuse looks white or pearl? And I like the pearls over the straight whites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just do.
I throw white and I throw green pumpkin. My spinner baits are white and all my flipping baits and jigs are green pumpkin. I like to add a little brown in there once in a while. I grew up on Bear Creek. We had a lot of mud minnows.
There was
Yeah.
bass in Bear Creek too, right?
I've been
No.
I've been outfished on a peanut butter and jelly to a green pumpkin before, and it's like,
Well,
why?
they say in Maryland June bug's really good too.
Yeah.
I'm not big on throwing June bug. But
June bug, and then watching the springtime. I say
That's
that in
what
the
I hear.
springtime, I'm gonna throw a freaking fire crawl color all freaking spring long. So you know what I mean? It's like
I brought the fire crow chatterbait when it came out. Like
I
this is
think
gonna be
color
amazing.
matters,
Never
but
caught
there's a lot of
nothing, dude.
people that
I
just do
throw
not
the shit
think.
out of that thing.
Really.
My
but
biggest
you fish
fish-
different. You fish.
Last year, I caught a 6.5 pounder on the Potomac on a fire crawl Thunder Creek.
I couldn't catch.
Oh,
crap
that thing
on
is
fire
awesome,
crow.
man.
Yeah,
but I only throw it.
says it thinks contrast is more important than color.
Oh yeah, okay. I gotta say this. Look, Pete. I swear to God, this is no lie. Every time he's about to get skunked, he's like, "It's time to break out the pink worm," and he put or a pink chatterbait, pink. He
I like
throws it
pink.
on there. He catches one, dude. Every
I like
time.
pink. I have no
Every
problems with pink.
time. I'm like, it looks ridiculous. You got a pink spinner bait with a chartreuse trailer, and they'll catch them.
I got pink spinner baits.
Yeah.
I got pink crankbaits. I got pink chatterbaits.
Pete swears by pink.
I like
dude.
pink. I like pink.
Pete.
So Pete, because Pete's still on. Pete, I'm trying to convince Rob that there was bass in Bear Creek.
He knows there wasn't.
No, there was.
And my
there
thing with it
wasn't.
too is like I also like throwing
There was
something that
Bethlehem
people.
steel and a lot of fish kills. I never seen a bass.
I like throwing things that people don't throw. And I feel like pink is just something that people don't throw.
Where you ain't fish with Pete, because pink is his go-to, man.
Right.
You know what though? That's similar to like a lot of the old timers would swear by the methiolite worm.
Man, that thing is so
Swear by
pretty
it.
though. If I was a fish, I would eat it.
Yeah.
That thing is like Mark Daniels throws that a lot, and he does pretty good. You're talking about the trick worm, right?
Yeah, it's like this like construction zone orange type of thing.
Yeah, like a real vibrant red. I don't know exactly what you would categorize it as. It's sweet looking. I got faith in green pumpkin and white.
Oh, yeah.
So now that I've kind of touched on, not touched on, but I've stated that I like throwing things that people don't throw a lot. I want to.
Thank you, Pete.
I want to talk about a pattern that I noticed when I was out fishing with Scuba Steve on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So we're both throwing crankbaits. We're both throwing 6 to 8 foot divers. We're throwing it on the same test fluorocarbon. The color is slightly different. He had a little bit more blue in his crankbait than I had in mine.
And it made a difference.
And Steve was out fishing me 4-1.
I believe that. I believe it.
For the whole 3 hours that we were out there, Steve probably caught 8 to 10, and I think I caught 3 or 4. And Steve's were all, like, I'm telling you right now, Steve had like 2 4-pounders, a 3 to a 3.5, and then like a couple 2s, and I had some 1-pounders and some 2-pounders.
Right.
And Steve was, I was throwing the crawler.
Right.
Same one that we were throwing on Sunday.
His was a slightly different color.
His was a slightly different color. It was a JDM crankbait.
Oh, he was throwing a different crank.
He was throwing a different crankbait.
Oh.
But it was the same depth on the same test fluorocarbon, but it was a JDM crankbait.
It's amazing that we were in World War II.
There were some specific differences where, like, towards the end of the time that we were fishing, and I was just like, why are you... We're throwing the cranks in the same spot. We're beating the same spots. It wasn't like... It wasn't like I was fishing somewhere or throwing it in a different area than where Steve was. We were fishing the same exact places. I know how Steve fishes. Steve knows how I fish. Our cadence wasn't a whole lot different.
His crankbait knew how to shake it better, like a good woman.
Steve's crankbait had, and it wasn't an obnoxious one, but Steve's crankbait had a small knocker in it. It was very small and very slight. It wasn't something you shook and it sounded like he was rattling a marble inside of it. It was just a very, very slight knock to this particular crankbait. And I just this is just me and my thinking, that little bit of knock, that little bit of noise, when you're trying to compete with all the bait fish that are back in there, that little bit of knock set his bait apart from a lot of the other bait fish and my crankbait specifically, and he produced more fish off of the sound of this crankbait alone.
They can feel that.
They can feel it, they can hear it, and I think that's what helped him create a better bite for more quality fish in the times that we went out and fished.
Oh, that's Little John on there. What's up, Little John?
And even yesterday was part of that. He had landed, 3, 4, 5 fish. I only landed 1 bass yesterday. Now, it was a 4-pounder. But he was throwing the same crankbait, and I was throwing the same crankbait. And he was catching them. And the one big difference that I'm noticing is obviously mine's a Spro, and his is a JDM. I'm not going to say what brand it is.
JDM, kind of.
No. And he was catching more. And I just think, yes, there is a different roll. There's a different body roll and a different action probably to this crankbait, but it's the same depth, same cadence for the most part. But that small knock, I really think, was something that set a different tone for the fish that he was catching. And I feel as though that knock is something that I personally overlook a lot when I'm throwing that type of bait.
I will say
he was more dialed into what they wanted, because sometimes no sound is good. You know, it's
I was and I was going to bring that up.
The whole game is figuring out what the heck they doing.
Here's what I'm going to say, right? I think the conditions.
We're going to get into that, Andre. We're going to get into that.
I think the conditions matter a lot, right? and I can apply a similar principle to when we fished last weekend, right?
China is in JDM. That's
So-
definitely not.
We started off the day catching them on crankbaits, and then the wind picked up, and I went to the spinnerbait, right? I think, me personally, it makes sense that when you're fishing, if you got a lot of wind, or if you got something that's disrupting the water a lot more, that more aggressive bait is going to matter, because there's all this background noise going on in the background from wind, from fish moving around.
Trolling motors.
Right. So, was it windy when you guys were fishing?
Not yesterday.
And that's when he
The
caught
day
the fish?
before, the day we were fishing on Wednesday was windy, but not nearly as windy as when we were out on Sunday.
I think that a louder bait is going to make a big. That's why a spinnerbait's so good in the wind, because those fish can really hone in on it when there's all
got that
kinds of
vibration.
background noise
Yeah,
going
right.
on.
Right.
I think if you guys would have went out and it was slick calm, you might have done better than him on your rock crawler, because it is more subtle than your bait.
Yep.
So I think the conditions matter a lot when it comes to stuff like this. The other thing is, yes, you can sit there and you can take a bait and you can shake it, right? But you got to remember, like, centrifugal force is a thing. So when that bait's moving, the knocker's going to be at the back third of the bait the whole time. Now, where that matters is that bait's deflection rate. The more it deflects, the more that knocker's going to move around. And
But you know, when we're throwing that 6 to that 8 foot diver in the areas that we're throwing, it's dredging.
Right. So it's making a lot of noise, and I think that if you guys were fishing in wind, right? And again, I think it's the same thing as the spinnerbait versus the crankbait. Now, I don't think the numbers were much different when I started picking up that spinnerbait, but the quality was a little bit better. I think that it's easier for the fish to find, and you can apply that principle to whether it's spinnerbaits, chatterbaits, fucking crankbaits. Like, I think you can apply that principle across the board. Let's like a buzzbait, right? Buzzbaits are generally good when it's
Reaction bait. It's
and
reaction bait.
and when
In
it's
the wind.
windy, right?
Right.
Like if they can,
They're
because
like, what the hell is that? I gotta kill it. Basically. Is
think
all
of it
that
like
is.
this,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So this is what I took from all that whole story, Chad. You should ask Steve for one of them crankbaits.
So think of it like this, right?
I have some. Trust me, I have some.
So think of it like this, like if you're out on a body of water and it's blowing and it's windy and there's churned up water and there's bait moving around, like bass, they have the lateral line, there's waves crashing on the shore, the bait's doing its thing, right? Bass will interpret a lot of that noise as like static, like a radio static, like shh. So there's already noise in the background. They're active, but there's already noise in the background. Generally speaking, the louder your bait, the easier it is for them to hone it in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you listen to the radio, right? If you're listening to the radio and you got it on 5 and they're static and you want to hear what they're saying, you're probably going to turn it up a little bit.
Right.
It's the same concept. I think that's versus if it's crystal clear, you can turn it down a notch
thing
and
is,
still get
yeah.
get your point across.
I like that, and I totally agree with you. But the reason that I was even bringing this up is because sometimes this is something that I personally and some other people probably just overlook. They don't even think about it. Oh, it's windy out. I'm going to put on this crankbait. I'm going to throw this crankbait. Well, having something that is silent to having something that has a knocker in it in a crankbait style or even a jerkbait
Yeah.
can make a difference for you in those.
Well, it's hard.
It works both ways
Yeah.
is the problem.
Well, and it's hard because if you know, oh, I'm going to catch one crankbait today, you're going to pick up your favorite crankbait.
Well, that's what I
Right.
did. I went out there and I said, well, I just freaking slayed them when I was out here on Sunday with Tony. So I'm going to throw this crankbait. And it's hard for you to put that crankbait down after you did what you did on Sunday with that crankbait. But then Steve comes out there with a JDM crankbait that is different and has this slight knock to it. And obviously it wasn't the same day and wasn't the same conditions, but the crankbait that he decided to throw just had the better drawing power. And it was due to, in my opinion, something, what's going on, Murph? It's due to something, in my opinion, I didn't even think about.
Now, let me
It's
take
got
it a step further.
sound.
Let me take it a step further, right? How many times do you pull up to an area and I'm going to throw a crankbait today? Before you make that cast, before you get your rod ready to go, do you look at the crankbait that's on there, that's already tied on and go, no, not throwing this one?
No, I'm too lazy for that.
Right.
I'm like, let me
You're
see
gonna
if this
throw
one's
it
gonna-
first.
Yeah.
and then either catch them or not, and then make an adjustment.
I do.
Very.
I do.
Do you actually? 'Cause
I do.
I do
will
not.
look at. I will look at the. Now the one that I was throwing all weekend, no, because we had that day with it. But I will look at something and just be like, is it the color that I think is going to work today? Is this going to have an erotic? Is this going to have
Andre's right.
an erratic or a tighter action? Is this what I'm looking for? Because no, like we kind of said earlier, crankbaits are not the same.
Right.
One brand to another brand, they're going to have a different action to them. And I find that the Spro crankbait is very, very. It's got a lot going on.
The rock crawler.
It's rolling. It's got a lot of side to side. It's very fast moving.
Yeah.
Where there are some other ones that just don't quite have that, and that seems to be working right now. And even in the body style that Scuba Steve was throwing was very much the same.
Just had that knock.
It just had that knock, and it was more of a little bit of a pro blue than a shad with some chartreuse in it type deal.
Now, with the other topic, did he have a snap swivel on, or did you both tie up the same way?
Yes, I want to get into that here.
I know
very
that's
shortly.
why.
Yes, but yes, we always use snap swivels for our crankbaits. Always, me and him both.
Interesting.
The same brand.
It helps. I think I don't tie loop knots either. Somebody asked about that earlier. I'm straight tied
Loop knot
to it,
is
but loop
more
knot
of
does
a
help.
loop knot is more of a frog thing.
A top water walking bait for me is about the only time
Yeah.
I'll ever tie a loop knot.
I never in my life have ever and probably will ever use a snap swivel.
No,
Just
The quiver trap, yeah.
It's a mental thing for me.
Tom,
about
I
a
have
barrel
not.
swivel?
Tom, I have
No.
not heard of the quiver trap yet. Did you hear me and Steve screaming on the
Quiver
other
trap.
side of the river the other day when you were back there fishing? That was me and Steve and the ranger on the other side. We seen you back there, but I don't know if you were catching them or not. But me and Steve were catching them pretty good. I almost yelled out to you.
You know Tom was catching them, man. Come on.
And I agree with Andre. The next day might not work if you aren't hitting the bottom. You aren't cranking.
Yep, I agree.
I do think you do need to be making bottom contact. You do need to be having deflection when you're throwing a crankbait, but there becomes a level of comfortability in how much do you want that crankbait digging.
I want to dig in as much as I can dig it.
See, I want my crankbait to dig, but I don't want it to be digging so hard that it's causing my rod to flex over.
Oh, mine looks
I
like
wanna-
it's been to hell and back.
Yeah.
See, I want mine to be hitting and deflecting, but I want it to be light enough to the point where it can still roll over top
And float
of
up
things.
and-
float up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I get that too, but I'm the guy that will drag a jig across the bottom, so I'm always
Yeah.
trying to hit the bottom. You
Yeah.
know? So.
I think bottom contact is pretty important when it comes to cranking and whatnot. Now, if you're in deeper water, obviously you need to pick a crankbait that is in the water column of where you think or you have decided that the fish are in.
6 foot is deep water to me.
To us, 6 to 8 foot is deep water. But
I'm playing with you.
if
Chad.
you're out there in 20 feet and
Like
you think
Tony?
the fish are in 10 or 15 feet water column, like at Lake Anna, I was throwing the Megabass Z3 the whole time I was out there. That's a 12 to a 13 foot.
That's a
deep
great.
diving crankbait.
You said the SV3.
The Megabass Z3.
What's the Z3?
The Z3 is a 12 to 13 foot diving crankbait, or a 10 to a 13 foot diving crankbait.
They make the best spinnerbait, if you ask me. The SV3 double willow blade.
Megabass makes the best everything, if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Best jerk baits for sure.
Yeah, that they just set the standard for that for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of them things where the crankbaits just there's a lot of different variables with crankbaits, and you could have something that you're confident in, but you really gotta sometimes you gotta step back and look at it and be like, there's subtle differences that make a large difference when you're out fishing.
So I'm gonna. Andre said the loop knot earlier. I'm gonna tell you why I think the loop
I'm sure
knot.
you're familiar though, Vogue.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, and this is just my opinion, so don't come
sorry.
after me. Don't drag me in the comments. But my opinion that the loop knot is the worst knot ever.
Not for a walking bait.
I don't like it.
I think it's the worst crank. I think it's the worst knot ever. Period. End of
I want
sentence.
to tie it on a crankbait before a walking bait. I like it because my problem is I'm aggressive, right? So I'm like, and when I have the loop knot, so what happened to me is it'll stop walking because I'm trying to go too fast with it. When I tie a loop knot, it seems like I can just walk it better. I'm not slowing it down.
That's what the loop knot's for.
Yeah.
So
that's
the reason
exactly what
why I
use it
say
for.
the loop knot is the worst knot ever.
Probably pulls out.
Well, they do have a tendency to pull out.
I don't.
I never had that problem.
So, assuming the loop knot doesn't pull out, right?
Got 3 kids.
The problem is when you think of it like this, right? You have a loop of varying size, and the crankbait is doing this. Okay, you can't tell me, you cannot convince me that bait going back and forth quickly is not compromising the integrity of that line,
The friction.
the
I get
friction,
it.
and compromising that.
I feel like
line.
a loop knot is much more popular with braid, which is more slick, and when you're rubbing that eyelet that is smooth on the braid, I feel like you're not fraying the braid as if you were rubbing it up against a branch or like something like
I mean,
that.
what Tony's saying is making sense, but I never really experienced it.
I would be more worried about the knot slipping than the braid fraying.
Yeah.
When it comes to tying like a frog on or something of that nature.
I don't. I just straight tie
But
a
since
frog
we're
on.
talking about it, we're talking about the loop knot.
But I don't use a
Why-
walking frog either.
So, I've heard it's good for the frog.
The loop knot?
Yeah, for the walking
I
capability.
only use popping.
Oh, that
frogs,
is
so-
crazy. I would never.
Yeah,
I would never.
never have, never will.
I will never do that.
Never
Me either.
have, never will.
Same here.
Just
Well,
the
you're just
violence
throwing
of
snap
the,
swivel on it.
Yeah.
just the violence of the hook set is like, because if I understand correctly, the loop knot is essentially a knot and then a knot in the back that keeps it from pulling out. Is that correct?
It's like a little loop, and then you have the knot, so
And
you
it
have-
keeps it
you
from
have-
pulling through.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Andre, we're going to get into that now.
That's crazy to me because that I just can't.
I
do
totally
that.
agree with you. I
understand-
totally
I
agree with
understand
you. I
your
can't do it.
logic,
I can't do it
but-
either.
I get the logic behind it. I would never tie a frog.
I get the
on like that.
logic, but I am not like. I don't agree with it at all. I'm scared of it. I feel like you're going to pop the knot. You're going to
No,
break
I mean
the braid.
I get the logic that Tony's saying. Like you're compromising
It's
the
gonna.
line.
There's
Yeah,
no way
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not gonna fray. It is like actual physics. It's physically impossible for there to be movement of metal on fluorocarbon line, and there not to be
Well-
some degree
But you're not
of friction
yeah.
and compromise.
What's
It is
your-
physically impossible.
What's your go-to knot just when you're tying on whatever?
Right now, I just started
double
tying.
San Diego Jam.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the strongest knot ever. It is the strongest knot ever. That's not just me saying that. It's been
now,
tested.
can
It's
you
the strongest knot ever.
If you tie the San Diego Jam on your crankbait, right? On your little split ring on your crankbait, are you able to move it at all?
No.
Or is it locked down that
Nope,
tight?
it's locked down.
Because I use a Palomar knot. I'm old school.
I did that for years.
Yeah.
Did it for years. So, and I will say, I have just started tying the double San Diego, not the single, the double San Diego Jam. Today,
You have no friction.
none. I caught
Nice.
like a 30-pound catfish on 10-pound test on a crankbait today.
Nice.
And the knot was unaffected. The bait was destroyed because it was a catfish, but the knot was completely unaffected. I mean, I literally ran after I got the slime off, ran my finger through the line. The knot was great. The Palomar knot I don't love, and the reason
A
why
lot of people don't.
I love the Palomar.
it's a
easy
good
to
knot.
tie.
I love the Palomar. I will never shit on the Palomar.
It's a good knot, and I said this I think the last time we went live. Bass Fishing HQ Tyler Berger, he's been on we commented on the show before. He has a really good video out where he tests different knots and breaking strengths, and he'll basically tie 3 because always do 3 to get an average or whatever.
99% as strong as the line, they say, with a Palomar, right? Or am I wrong?
They say, well, it's close. So he took 20-pound Yozuri line and he tied a jig head to it, and he had a crank and a little sensor on there, and he tied it and he cranked it, and when it broke, it gave you a breaking strength. With 20-pound line,
Yeah, Pete.
with 20-pound line, the
You can see it right
Palomar,
there, too.
yeah, with 20-pound line, the Palomar knot had anywhere from a 18 to 19-pound breaking strength with 20-pound line.
Mm-hmm.
So you lost 2 pounds of line. The double San Diego Jam broke at 22 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
4 pounds
Stronger
more.
than
I'm not
the-
stating that I think that it's not as good as a Palomar. I think it's better than a Palomar. I think I can tie the Palomar a lot easier.
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
And
that's my
I
thing.
can just
Yeah.
move on to fishing faster.
Yeah.
And I don't worry about it because I'm not catching 20-pound catfish very often.
Well,
I've caught
yeah.
him on a Palomar knot before. Pete was just talking about. We caught a bunch of 20-pound
So,
catfish.
so
one
like,
time.
we're going
On
to get into this
spoons.
right now because we talked about this loop knot, and the purpose of the loop knot is the same exact purpose. What's up, Paul? Paul, where are you at right now? What do you got going on? Give us a little description in the comments.
Paul F and Batters.
Paul F and Batters.
What's up, brother?
And I'm sure Paul will have something to add to this. We talked about the loop knot. Well, let's talk about some of these snap swivels. An egg snap, will you? Because I like throwing Decoy a lot. I think Decoy makes a great brand for the snap swivel. That would be about the same purpose of a loop knot as if you were to run a snap swivel, in my opinion. And the snap swivels I only use my snap swivels for like treble bait appliances, crankbaits, jerk baits, glide baits.
Yeah, I think most people would fall in that same category.
As you should, in my opinion, because
Some baits come when I'm on it, right?
some
Like
baits
glide-
do come
glide
with them
baits
on
do,
it.
like the
Some
Spro
baits-
Arashi
Some
comes with
baits
one,
do, and the snap swivels allow for more movement in your crankbaits, in your jerk baits, such and such. They just like a loop knot, which I think is bullshit. I would never use one. Just like a loop knot, I think a snap swivel helps give that bait more action. I use them on all of my crankbaits. I use them on my jerkbait rod. I use them on my glide bait rod. I use them on my topwater walking rods just my topwater rod as far as using a walking bait. Treble bait applications where you're not setting the hook super hard. You're more kind of leaning into them and keeping them pinned. Because I will say that I do think the snaps can become a weak point. They can undo themselves. They can bend out, such and such. So I don't like using them for, say, chatterbaits, spinnerbaits, swim baits, any single hook applications that generally have a bigger hook where you have to drive that hook home more. You have to set the hook harder. I like to do a direct tie on baits like that compared to using a snap swivel.
My opinion is I actually think that snap swivels can, for the similar, not a similar reason. I think that snap swivels, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, can actually hurt the action of a bait. And the reason I say that is because a snap swivel, the shape of it, it has a very distinct shape, and it's going to limit that bait's range of movement, right? It has a point in the snap swivel where that snap ring or that tie on, that eye tie, is supposed to be held, right? So it's not really going to go to the left. It's not really going to go to the right. But it's metal, right? It's a lot stronger than line. I think line gives the bait more ability and more forgiveness to kick left or to kick right. Just my opinion.
See, I tend to disagree with that because a direct tie when you're pulling something is always making contact with it. So it is limiting that bait, where if you have a snap swivel, which you can put a snap swivel on, you can still just move the snap swivel around inside the eyelet of the bait.
Yeah.
And I feel like that allows for more freedom, and it allows for that bait to have more left to right movement and more cattywampus or side to side movement, whatever you will. So I feel as though the snap swivels will help you with your walking baits. They improve the walking action of your baits. They allow a crankbait to have a little bit more of a roll to them. And I think for your jerk baits, they kind of allow your jerk baits to flow a little bit more
Hey, real quick, Chad,
than having a direct tie.
we got a couple people.
And guys, if you're listening to this and you're in the comments, let me know what you guys think about the snap swivels, and if you agree, disagree, why, and why not. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this.
I wanted to say real quick, we got Brian Dyson on. What's up, man? Ain't
Right.
seen you in a while.
What's up, Brian?
Martin Payne, what's good, brother? It's good to see you guys, man. Anybody else I missed, chime in. We appreciate the views.
Well, there's 9 people, and you named 2, so.
Well, Pete's been on. Pete's been on, and Andre's been on. A couple new people joined, so. It says 900.
I mean, that's another good one. I never remove the snap ring that is on. I never remove the little snap ring that's on the baits. I put my snap swivels directly on it instead of the eye itself. That's what I do. Everybody's different.
My counter argument is going to be, right, if one snap swivel makes the bait do more, why wouldn't we have 2 snap rings? Why wouldn't we have 3 snap rings? No, I'm like it's a stupid argument, but it
I ain't put one
makes
on my
sense.
jig, I can tell you that
Like,
much.
right, it's a dumb argument, but if
I
we're
don't know.
saying
I just don't know how it makes sense.
well, because if we're saying that so you have your crankbait that has a snap swivel or a split ring,
Right.
ring and a snap swivel. The snap swivel and the split ring combined are going to give that bait more action.
I think that's what the point of the snap ring is, or the split ring is.
So why would
help
we
with
not
action.
put 2 split rings on to give it more action?
You might not
I mean,
need
I
that much
suppose
action.
you could, but
That's
the
too much
other, but
action.
the other purpose of the snap swivel is so that you can quickly change out baits as well. Let's not forget.
I think Tony's
that
looking
let's-
at this a little
let's
too
not-
scientifically.
Probably.
Let's not forget that there is a dual purpose to it too. I can throw one crankbait, bring it back in, be like, this isn't the one that I think it
And
is, and
pop
I can
another
throw
one
something
on.
else on it a little bit quicker, other than cutting and retying.
Which is nice.
Let me
That's
ask you this:
convenient.
do you retie less with a snap swivel?
I do, yes.
Wow. Okay.
I retie a little bit less with the snap swivel, also because I feel as though that the knot is tied to the top of the snap swivel and not directly to the bait. So when you are dragging that bait, the line isn't directly on that bait, possibly dragging across the sticks or the rocks. You have a little bit more
Buffer.
buffer.
Well, there you go. Read.
So I do think that you should retie pretty much just as often, but there's times where I find myself not doing it the way that I
Read
should.
Andre's comment.
Andre says I was fishing Raystown last fall. Andre, Raystown. That's intriguing because that's on my bucket list, man. I want to go up to Raystown.
Yeah, I like. Let's see. Let's go back to the comments here real quick. Somebody remove the snap ring. I use Norman speed clips. Yeah, the Norman speed clips are fantastic, Andre. That's what I use a lot of times. I use the Normans and I use the decoy 8 rounds. Snap swivels are great for tournaments, quick lure change, and erratic action. Erratic. Martin, I don't think about snap swivels. Well, you should. I think you should think about some snap swivels. Brian, I use them on all of my cranks and traps. So I was fishing, Raystown. It definitely gives the bait more
Andre's
freedom for
comments
sure.
the one I was
Right.
talking about right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So it's I personally like using them for certain applications, and also the quickness of being able to change your bait out. I do think it protects the knot slightly more than not having one.
So
I could see that.
But
argument.
I don't think that it's like such a big difference that you just don't have to retie though. You know what I'm saying?
So do you, either one of you, right? How far do you take it? Every time you catch a fish, you retie, or do you retie at night when
no,
you're rigging up for the
that's-
next day? Because I'm bad. I won't retie for a week sometimes.
I check the line. I mean, I'll check the line. Now, if I'm fishing, if I'm fishing like a club tournament, I probably won't retie. Like the night before. If I'm fishing an open, I'm retying everything.
Yeah, cause
Everything. Just because.
Right.
It's just a
You
little
can
bit
control
more.
the controllables.
A little bit more serious, whatever. But for me to when I prepped for my club tournament today, I went over to the house a couple days ago. I grabbed the rods, I grabbed my gear, I threw it in the back of the truck, and I went home. like if I was fishing an open, I'm going to retie everything, and I'm gonna like if I'm tying a jig on for a Conowingo tournament. Okay, this is the jig I want, and then I'm gonna open my jig box, and I'm gonna literally look at every jig and be like, okay,
I do that.
Why is it this? Why am I tying this jig on?
I do that.
Instead of just grabbing a jig, like, okay, why is it this one? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just a little.
But I'm not that guy that's like retying a bunch of times during the day. I got tied on what I got tied on. Unless I'm not getting bit, then I may cut something off and tie something on. Other than that,
Now,
some people take it so far, which is probably not a bad thing, that they catch 3 or 4 fish, they got to retie, man. They're not going. That line is compromised now. Is what I'm saying.
I will retie. If I catch a big one, I'll definitely retie.
Yeah.
If I catch my thing is usually 4 or 5. If I get 4 or 5 fish,
I
I'll
feel like
retie.
that's where I'm at. If I catch 5, 6, something of that nature, or if I catch a snag, and
Oh yeah.
and I decided
That's different.
and I
not
decided to
yanking
really yank on that thing and pull on it, or if I throw it up in a tree and I'm raking it up against the branches, that's kind of when I'll be like, all right, man, like I need to retie this because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But after about 5 or 6 fish, depending on the quality of the fish, is generally when I
Dude,
decide to
I
retie.
can't lie. If I cast out, I catch a 5-pounder.
Like, dude, so like
Cast it right back out.
yesterday.
I ain't retying.
Let me put it this way. Yesterday, I caught a 13-pound snakehead.
Really?
It was 12 to 13 pounds.
Damn.
It was in that range. I didn't scale it, so I can't say for sure, but it was 12 to 13 pounds. Wow. Scuba Steve agrees with it. And that was on a crankbait with a freaking snap swivel on it.
It destroyed the crankbait, right?
No, luckily it was hooked on the outside of the mouth. I got him in, netted him in, got the crankbait out, and then proceeded to go catch more fish after that without retying after catching a 13-pound snake.
That's kind of crap I do.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
as
mean,
bad,
honestly,
dude.
I probably should have retied, but I had just retied that bait before we got out there, and that was like the 3rd fish I had caught on it since being out there, and the 2 that I caught on it before that were little white perch.
Oh yeah, no,
So
I'll
I
definitely
was just
retie.
like-
Anything with teeth is an instant retie.
Dude, you
anything
Well, I
with
had
teeth.
it on the outside of his mouth, so I was like, I don't really think I need to.
I don't even
But
try to get him
I
in the
should
boat
have just
no more.
due to the fight that took place with him pulling on that line. And
I don't even try to get them in the boat no more. I love when I hook one, I can just reach down with my needle nose and shake them loose and let them go.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best.
They get in your boat, they
You can
slime
see
it
the
up,
freaking snot all
jumping
over
on.
my
Yeah.
carpet.
Where
right
were
now.
we fishing that one time where one of us, I think you caught either a snakehead or a catfish with a crankbait and went to throw it back, and when you threw it back, it went back into the crankbait. It was awesome because we were having a tough day. And Chad caught a fish. And he's like, oh, I finally got a fish. And it was a stupid ass catfish. And the crankbait was hanging over the side of the water. And when he threw it back in, he threw it into the crankbait and it got hooked again. I was like, oh my God.
He's like,
that was
son of a-
awesome.
So
This is the shit that happens.
I
sometimes,
won.
like-
I went to Susquehanna Fishing Tackle. Me and Evan Gibbons was up, Evan, and I won one of those Jordan Lee rods.
John, you retie, sharpen hooks, and change hooks all between line ties?
I don't change hooks until they rust apart. I'm
You
sorry.
got to hear this story seriously. I won a Jordan Lee rod, right?
Mm-hmm.
Proud of it too. I won this, right? So I catch a snakehead on it. First day I ever used it. So I set it down like where my console's at. Snakehead jumps, broke it right in half, dude. I don't know if those Jordan Lee rods are good or not. Snakehead broke it. I caught one fish on it. Yeah. I wanted to have Susquehanna Fishing Tackle though, so I was like, yeah.
How'd you win it?
They do those raffles when you go to Bass Fest. Like I
that's
don't know if
cool.
you ever been to Bass Fest or not. If you guys haven't been to Bass Fest, definitely worth checking out. But they got raffles and giveaways. They got mega bass reps there. They got. I mean, it's a cool experience.
I've only been to SFT once, and it is really awesome.
You never went to Bass Fest?
No. Every time they have like a cool thing, I always have drill that weekend, so I'm always screwed.
Oh, you get to ride in the bass bus and everything. It's cool. You park like down the street. The bass bus. It's like a shuttle bus. So
That's kind of cool.
It's called the bass bus. It takes you up there, and then they got seminars and pros are usually up there, and giveaways, and everything is discounted. It's pretty dang cool, dude.
I will say this, and this is just, I've been talking about this with some of the guys in the club recently. It's like, next year when I get the boat back, assuming I don't have any issues with the boat, I don't think I will. I want to travel a little bit, like nothing crazy. Like I'm not going to Texas, maybe Florida, but like I want to travel like semi-locally. Like I want to do
shout out
like
Jim Fallon. We're gonna go live with Jim Fallon for a week here soon.
I want to do.
Are you going down there to Florida?
Eventually, we're going to.
Like I want to do a weekend at Lake Raystown. I want to go to like Cherokee Lake. I want to do
Santee Cooper.
Right. Like I want to do local stuff where you can like leave on a Friday and come back on a Monday and just fish a new place. Mm-hmm. And because like
and catch you a 10-pounder.
Well, like I think like, and I'm nowhere near the best fisherman on the bay. Nowhere in the conversation. I do think that you can be the best stick on the bay, right? Does that necessarily make you the best fisherman because you're not necessarily well-rounded?
No.
It makes you a good tidal water fisherman.
We have a lot of guys that fish the bay where all they do is fish the bay, and they're just hammers on the bay. But you could go take them and put them down in Florida, Texas, any of that, and they're gonna freaking shit the bed.
Right, and that's my thing. It's like I want to get some experiences on other places. Like 2 years ago when I really started fishing Conowingo, man.
Hold on. Like his 2 cents.
Like 2 years ago when I really started fishing Conowingo, like I really wanted to, like I learned so much fishing up there, and a lot of it actually applied to the bay. Like I remember the year after I really fished Conowingo, I went down to the Potomac and I was able to do shit on the Potomac that I learned on Conowingo, which I thought was really, really cool. And I want to gain these experiences going to different places because I feel like with the bay, like, and just this area in general, I fall into this trap of fishing history.
And it's tidal water too, so it's different.
Yeah, but like whether I mean to fish history or not, I end up fishing history. Like if I go to Conowingo right now, I can run 30 spots, but those spots are for a reason because I've caught fish there in the past. So like, I feel like you get to a point, and this is my own mental block of going to a place that I'm very familiar with and not pretending like I've never been there before.
To answer John's question real quick, Lake Anna. We do weekends at Lake Anna sometimes. I haven't been in a while.
That's another one that I it's a cool place. I don't love Lake Anna. I love the hot side of Lake Anna because of the group that goes down there, and it's a great place to go in February.
It's so dang cold on the boat at that time of year. The water may be warm, but it's just cold. It's so weird pulling a fish out of that warm water. Yeah. You're like freezing. You got all your winter gear on. You reach down the water. It's like warm.
Right.
It's like, it's weird to me.
Like I love Lake Anna. I love the hot side of Lake Anna because it's our group of guys that go down there and have a great time.
It's a fun time.
I like Lake Anna, like the public side of Lake Anna.
I will go to every Lake Anna trip outside that I can possibly go to. I love going down there.
Kevin goes all the time, dude.
I've been on the cold side of Lake Anna probably 5 or 6 times now, and it's a cool place. But I've never really like gone to Lake Anna on the cold side and been like, man, I can't wait to come back here. Like I'll go with the club because it's my group of friends and like we have a great time. Don't get me wrong.
It's obviously been proven time and time again that there's giant fish.
Oh yeah,
on that side of Lake.
And my favorite part was the taco spot.
It's not just
the best part.
Oh hell yeah!
Here's the thing, right?
Hell yeah!
Here's the thing. Lake Anna, when you see those 28, 29, 30-pound bags on Lake Anna, it's in like 2 months. And I'm gonna tell you right now, because one of my buddies that lives in Virginia, he fishes those tournaments. It's a boat draw tournament.
It's still cold out when they do it.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if there's 20 boats and you're not boat 1 through 5, good luck, because there's only a handful of spots in Lake Anna where those big fish stack up.
I mean, I know Lake Anna isn't nearly as big as some of the other lakes in this country, but Lake Anna is pretty fucking big. There's a lot of water to cover in Lake Anna.
I fished with Paul the year I went. So I was fortunate enough to 4 o'clock in the morning, come on, let's go. It's like 10 degrees outside. Paul's like, hurry up. I'm like, come on, dude, you're killing me, man.
Right.
Like, I don't even want to get on a boat right now.
Right.
Like, yeah, so.
But interestingly enough, like, yes, Lake Anna in the winter is spectacular. There's no question about it. But when tournaments actually start, like
Is your
big
boat going
tournaments,
to be ready for when it's time to go to the house side?
I'm going to have it in just over a month.
Who has it now? JCS?
Yep, it's up there. They just finished the bottom, so
When are we going?
early December, pretty much like last year.
Everybody
alright,
probably already knows this, but me and Tony put together a JCS video. If you haven't seen it yet, you should watch it. We spent a lot of time on it. I was slacking a little bit on it, but Tony came over and finished it up. It
I
came
definitely
out
got
really good.
I definitely got to give you a shout out for putting together a lot of that, Rob, because that turned out to be a really cool video, man.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. I actually watched it the other day, and I know the whole video because
Right.
we put it together. But I was watching it. So.
But the thing of it is, like with Lake Anna, and I'm not here to like shit on Lake Anna, but it's like, yeah, January, February, 25 plus pounds is going to win a tournament. But when the big tournaments come, when it's the non-locals, right? In like that spring, like those spring tournaments, like the Virginia Elite 70. By the way, stacked. Oh my god. Oh, dude, Virginia Elite 70. Here's a couple names. Woo Daves fishes the Virginia Elite 70.
Nice.
Jacob Porosnik
Oh wow.
fishes the Virginia Elite
Both
70.
pros, by the way.
Yeah. So like there are Bassmaster Elite Series anglers that take time out of their Elite Series schedule to fish the Virginia Elite 70.
Woo Daves is actually a Bassmaster Classic winner.
Right. So there are some absolute hammers that fish the Virginia Elite 70.
Wow.
And when that trail goes to Lake Anna, 17 pounds will win that tournament. That's 100 that's 100 of the best boats in the Mid-Atlantic that go to fish Lake Anna. So I think Lake Anna is a tremendously good lake. I think it's an incredible lake. I do think that what you see in the wintertime makes people think it's better than it is because those fish are so stacked up. Oh, Andre's got a good question. Andre, how's the gunpowder? Andre, it's
great right
phenomenal. It is phenomenal.
Navigate
I will just say that.
carefully. Look, I will give up some juice. I don't care. Just navigate yourself carefully back into the canals. And
Yeah.
have a good time.
That's the only thing about the gunpowder. If you're willing
You
to
gotta go through the minefield.
Yeah, to get to the good stuff, you can't be afraid to put a couple gouges in the bottom of your boat. That's just the only way to say it.
You could trolling motor your way back.
You
If you're
could.
not worry about it.
You could.
know.
On a good tide, you got to have a tide though.
You gotta have high tide. Yeah, if that wind gets blowing and the tide's moving out, get out of there.
Yeah, dude. Oh my
Yeah.
god. But yeah, the gunpowder is really, really good right now. But like I said, if you're not willing to ding up your prop and put some gouges in your boat, it's just the way it is. I mean,
Hence Riverboat boat Rob's
Right.
aluminum boat with a jack plate because that's where I fish. But it's really good this time of year.
yeah.
So just be careful navigating around till you learn it. Mark you a path. Find your way back.
But yeah, so like, and again, I'm gonna get off my Lake Anna soapbox here, but like, Lake Anna's a great lake. I'm not saying don't go fish it. You should go fish it. I have fun fishing it all the time. But I will say, those monster bags you see December, January, February are not representative of the lake during tournament season. During tournament season, you're gonna see 16 to 18 pound bags win in a 100 boat field. You know what I mean? Like, I think the Bay is a much better fishery than Lake Anna.
Oh yeah.
Like, way better.
The Bay can take over 20 pounds to win sometimes.
All year.
Yeah.
All year long.
Consistently.
Especially if
pretty
Logan and
consistently.
Victor and them are up there, dude. Like you better have over 20 pounds.
The one open I fished on the Bay this year, me and Miles had 19 and a half pounds. We were like sixth place.
Yeah.
Like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
And that sucks because I lost a 5-pounder at the end. I had that tournament won and I fucked it up.
Damn.
Yeah, it's that I'll never forget that.
I never did that well on the flats. I never really tried to figure them out that well. I know Brian Dyson. I don't know if he's still on here, but he's a hammer up there. I know Victor and Logan and them are Dorte and all them smash up there, but.
The time you spent
Are we watching? Now we're watching UFC fighting apparently.
Yeah. You gotta have them on the flats, man. But like, and again, that's my thing. And the deal with Lake Anna, I said I was gonna get out of my soapbox. The deal with Lake Anna is these fish winter in small areas, right? Like the average guy without any knowledge of Lake Anna, I got news for you. You're not going down to Lake Anna on a Saturday and you're just going to whale on 25, 26 pounds of fish.
No, it's not going to happen.
For 3 reasons. 1, they're in very, very specific spots. 2, if you go on a Saturday, the locals are on those spots. And 3, it's just combine the 2 and have a good time. I mean, like, the guys that are catching those monster bags on Lake Anna, a lot of them are guides. Yeah. That's not taking it away from them. I'm not trying to do that, but
dude, the guys like SB fishing, dude, he fishes like all the time.
Right, and he guides on Lake Anna.
Or he went out with guides.
I'm not sure. If you do want to go and you want to try to figure it out, I'll tell you like a little tip. When those thread fins are busting all over the place, you can catch them. You won't catch big ones though, but you can have fun. You can have a good time.
I will say if I'm going to go to Lake Anna, I fish the hot side well before I fish the cold side.
I never fished the cold side ever.
I've
only been there once.
I fished it probably 3 or 4 times.
It's very big. There's a lot of shit out there.
Like I said,
remember me and you went together and it was like we kind of started to figure something out at the end of fishing it for like fucking 3 days.
But we figured it out for 13 pounds a day. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like, right.
Maybe.
Excuse me.
I was with Paul, and Paul has it figured out. So I was fortunate.
Well, you guys were on the hot side too.
We were on the hot side, and then
the hot side is. I'm not saying I had the hot side figured out, but the hot side is definitely.
You see those
it's definitely easier to kind of figure out where the pattern is.
John asked about going. Kevin sets up trips and stuff down there, man. Reach out to Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin sets up the trips. I know that. I mean, as long as I get an invite back this year, I'll make 1 or 2 trips down there this year for sure.
Probably not going.
Normally, I always go down there with Scuba Steve, but you're getting your boat back in December, so I imagine you'll want to go down there with your boat.
Oh yeah, with the new Pro XS, which will be sick.
But either way, like I was either planning on going down there with you, or I was planning on going down there with Scuba Steve. Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing both. Like maybe one trip you go with your boat, another trip you go down there with me and my boat or some shit. Because I know Scuba's probably only going to make 1 trip if he makes it.
Do you follow this?
Every weekend.
Who are we rooting for here?
Cheetah Vera.
Which one is he?
Yellow shorts.
Oh, he's getting a little beat up.
He's getting a little beat up right now. It's okay.
Is there so we're gonna get into UFC for a second, but is there like a correlation to how many tattoos on your body to how much of a better fighter you are?
No, there is no correlation.
Okay, that'd be an interesting statistic.
So we'll show you guys up, dude. Yeah. We're talking about bass fishing, but it was kind of.
But we're watching UFC.
I've been wanting to watch the UFC fights all night long, and of course we went live on Saturday. The UFC fights are Saturday night.
Well, we're like almost 2 hours in, so we'll probably be shutting it down soon.
Well,
right?
Yeah, we will, but the main card started at 7, so the main card's also shutting down. This is the co-main event.
Oh, that's why you threw it on.
So I was like, I'm going to just throw this on real quick. Scuba Steve texted me, was like, you watching this fight? And I was like, no.
He's supposed to be watching this.
Right.
Steve. Oh, man. Well, now it's a commercial. But, and the Ravens suck this year, so we're just all
I mean, dude, tonight we talked about crankbaits. We talked about snap swivels. We talked about some of the subtle differences that we can see in these crankbaits between, color and sound, depth, line, things of that nature. We talked about snap swivels on whether or not you love them, whether or not you hate them. If you think they give a bait more freedom, if you think they are more of a breaking point, such and such, we kind of covered a lot of different things about fall fishing tonight. We talked a little bit about fishing the wind. Talked a little bit about the wind.
Dude, did Buka have a swim bait drop? You see Jim's?
That was last night.
That's what he just asked. Did anybody get any?
No,
I gotta answer John real quick. Hey John, I'm probably not going down there, but you ever want to do like a Thursday nighter or something? Hit me up, man. We can do that. I doubt I'm going to Lake Anna this year though.
Why?
It's cold, man.
It is cold.
Motherfucker, put a jacket on.
I like to be in the bed with my wife. I don't want to sleep with y'all eating that Mexican food, blowing the toilet up.
I do have a yearly tradition of just absolutely Duke Nukem forever.
You really do, dude. You really
Dude,
do.
Jason cleared the whole house out
Dude,
one morning, dude.
Dude, Tony did it too, dude.
I was like, God damn.
Between going down there and catching fish in the middle of freaking December, January, and eating the fantastic Mexican food at the
It's so
restaurant.
good.
We seem to go to the Mexican restaurant 2 out of every 3 nights that we're
and
there.
scrambled egg and cheese sandwiches every morning.
Oh yeah, rush into the thing to get scrapple egg and cheese sandwiches. It's a good time down there. I'm really looking.
You got
forward
like
to
5
Lake Anna.
dudes in one bathroom.
I don't know if I'm going to get an invite back, but I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully that I do get the invite back because I will be going. I'll drag my boat down there with a fucked up hub.
The best was when we were driving down last year. So we drive down last year, and I'm driving my old ass diesel truck, and Chad's talking shit the whole time. It's like, that fucking thing ain't gonna make it. We got into
I
Virginia.
didn't say it wouldn't make
And
it.
he
I just
broke
thought it'd
down.
be a dog.
We got into Virginia, and I pulled away. And Chad texted me. He's like,
He
dude,
was
that thing is
going down-
rolling.
I texted, he's going down the express lane like 95 miles an hour, pulling his boat. And I'm like, dude, I don't even want to go any faster than the 75 I'm going.
Dude, me and my wife was tripping today because
Dude, you were rolling.
Oh yeah.
we were coming back from Home Depot. And you know, I struggle with my own issues. But when you pass my house, there's a liquor store. This dude flew into the liquor store. I said, he must have had a hard day at work. You should have seen the way he pulled into the liquor store, dude. He was like, I was like, dang. Oh, yeah.
Dude, when that
Tony's truck is reliable.
when that Cummins hits overdrive, it's brake lights. That's all you see. Well, actually, you
It
don't
was-
see brake lights.
it
You
was
just
rolling.
you just see coal.
It was rolling, dude. That thing had to be redlining.
What were you
like,
driving?
he was fucking rolling.
What are you driving? Your work van or your?
No, I take my truck.
You took your boat?
Yeah, I took my boat. I was pulling it with the truck, but this dude was just freaking had the pedal to the floor all the way down on the express lane.
What's it like 2.5 hours?
It was,
I
dude.
can't
It was
remember.
like 3:00 in the morning, and Tony is going easily 95 miles an hour.
And
down
when,
the
and when
express
you
lane.
get close,
Getting it.
when you get close
Pulling
to that
his
spot,
boat,
there's
yo,
no street
pulling
light.
his boat, dude.
Yeah.
95 miles an hour. Like it wasn't. He was acting like he didn't have a boat attached to the back of his truck.
Dude, when I got my new trailer, that's way too big for my boat. It's got brakes and all. Clayton came over, took a look at it. He said, "Look, Rob, I don't know what you're worried about. You can do like 100 miles per hour and not have to worry." So I guess Tony knows what I'm talking about. Apparently,
But I will show you what we're looking at scene 2 here.
you could show this. Oh, there we go.
Here's scene 2. Normally it's Tackle Warehouse or something, but we got the UFC Fight Pass on tonight.
Apparently, we're rooting for the dude in the yellow shorts. I think.
We are rooting for the dude in the yellow shorts, Cheeto Vera.
Let's see
Good
what he
dude.
do.
There was a guy that graduated from VMI that was a professional UFC fighter for quite a while, actually. He was a heavyweight. I don't think he won anything. Juan Adams, does that ring a bell? He kind of looked like Afro Man with a Neanderthal-looking face.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then I got high.
Yeah,
Then I got
pretty
high.
much.
Then I got high.
So Matt said...
I don't know, man. Your boy ain't looking too good, Chad.
So
Maybe I'm wrong.
Matt Downs is asking what motor, horsepower motor you're getting. So I'm getting a 2018 Pro XS 2-stroke. Last year for the Pro XS 2-stroke with a brand new power head, it's a 250. So we're going to rock and roll. I'm pretty excited for it. It fit in with the budget with insurance paid, so I don't have to pay anything off the top to basically get a brand new motor with a year warranty. So I made out, and a huge shout out to John and the crew at JCS Marine for hooking me up like that,
Hell
because
yeah, JCS Marine, shout out.
we had a very honest conversation about that, and the conversation was, we can fix the XB.
Oh.
I think you're going to be better off with what I'm going to do for you. It's like, okay.
I completely agree with them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're,
totally
good,
agree with
they're
them.
good dudes. They're vets, right?
No, not that I know of.
Oh, I thought they were like military vets. I thought that. Well, how'd you hook up with JCS? I never asked you.
The internet.
They posted Tinfoil Todd's champion, and I seen it on Instagram.
Oh,
That-
tinfoil. Yeah.
they posted his champion, and I was like, this is amazing. And I looked at their Instagram page and it had like 15 followers. I'm like, who is this? Like, these guys built this boat? And I sent them a message. I'm like, all right, what's the deal? And then I literally, like, the response I got was, what's your cell phone number? And I just sent it. And John, I was here. I was actually here. John called me. That was the day we were working on. Remember that? We were dicking around with Miles's boat.
Yeah.
I fixed his fucking lower unit or something.
The one where he didn't show up.
Oh, I wanted to knock him out. God, that pissed me off. That irritated me. All right. By the way, if you go back like 2 years, this is true.
That was the one where we dick with Miles' lower unit, and he didn't show up to the house until like 12 in the afternoon. And he asked you if he wanted a coffee. I remember that.
Good morning,
dude. Either I don't even remember how the boat got here. Either
you dropped it off the day or two before.
Yeah, I dropped it off with my truck because we were gonna bring it over here because Chad's got all the tools in the garage space. I got a garage, but I don't have it. I can't get the trailer in; it's too narrow.
Right.
So we dropped Miles's boat off here the night before, and we all came over at like 7:30 in the morning on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And I got Miles's low, and like it's we're sitting there, we're screwing around, and I got the lower unit off. And I'm putting new gaskets in and all this bullshit, right? And at like 9 o'clock, I'm like, I'm almost done. I call Miles. I'm like, what the fuck? Phone
where
rings.
are you?
He answers the phone. And I could see it. Yeah, I could see it. This is what he was doing. What's up, dude? I'm like, are you asleep? No. But you were when I called.
9 o'clock and 9 o'clock is late for fishermen. That's very late. When I hit Tony up, it's like 5 o'clock a.m.
So, long story short, by the time Miles showed up, we were done. The boat was done. We had already run the motherfucker on the muffs and everything.
Dude, it was so funny. I was geeking out. It was so funny. Miles showed up. He had like a couple coffees like with him.
And they were small coffees, by the way.
You know, Miles, you know Miles, he had to comb his hair first, dude. Had to get all the journey look in place.
Like, what the fuck am I like? What am I doing out here, wasting my morning?
Right. He's sleeping in.
But you know what? It made it.
It brought you a small
good
coffee.
thing you did it because you fished off his boat a whole bunch this year.
That's true.
that was 2 years ago.
The favor.
But that was
yes. 2 years ago.
That is true. Miles is a G, man, because I'm always out on his boat. But that was the year before we won the Wingo Opens. So.
Oh yeah, you guys were smashing that. I remember that.
Yeah. So all that bullshit maintenance I did worked. Matt, you are very much on par with that.
You know Matt know what he talking about. Yeah. Matt's a good dude, man. I can't say it enough. You got a tin boat, you need some work done, hit up Matt.
Jim, thanks for joining us, brother. Thank you for joining the show. It's always good to see you, man.
I gotta get the bouncing myself, dude.
Yeah.
It's
almost 9.
Unfortunately, I get to go to surgery Wednesday. So,
good luck, man. Good luck with that.
Right, man.
Praying for you, Robbie.
Hey.
I hope they don't have to fuck your dick with a catheter this time.
That's exactly what they're doing, dude.
Oh, God.
They're going to take this one out.
What's up, Sam?
And they're going in. Now they're going to see if they can get in the correct way. I'm like, yay. I was like, do you have to?
Right. God damn.
Like, is there any other options?
Can you at least
available?
Make sure I'm asleep first before you try to freaking.
I'll tell you, I'll be glad to get this
catheter in and out of my wiener.
I'll be glad to get this one out of my stomach. Honestly, it's starting to get annoying after it's been there for like a month, dude.
Yeah.
But what the future seems worse. You know what I mean? But the problem is,
it's all gonna get better.
Yeah, the problem's getting fixed, but good Lord, who came up with this kind of operation? Some kind of weirdo, man.
Yeah, right.
I'll be all right though, you know that. I'll be back, and can't stop me.
Right.
I hear you. All right, y'all. We're calling it a night. Peace out.
I hope
See
your
you
boy
guys next
wins,
week.
Chad.